the best part of this is I started reading Frankenstein and finished Frankenstein in the summer. Okay? I knew I was gonna have to read it for school, and I was like, sweet, I'll do it before. And I read the edition that I thought they wanted me to read, but apparently it was the wrong edition. And I only found that out yesterday when I was taking notes. It basically just told me that I read the wrong edition, which really hurts. So now I have to reread it. Different edition. This is the 1818 edition. Guess what? This was the only one left in indigo. I got so last minute lucky, I wouldn't even call it luck. There's an 1830 edition of Frankenstein and there's an 1818 edition, and I originally thought I got the 1818 edition, but apparently the chapter 4s are different in each edition. So I had to go out and search for this book. This book was already pretty damaged, and it was the literal last book. So I had to read through all of them, because it's not just like there's one Frankenstein. No, they had different covers, different editions, whatever. But none of them were listed as 1818 except for this one, and I was just like, gosh, $14 later, I bought my original book at the thrift store. I had read it, and so I have to reread this. The good thing about rereading it is I picked up on the incest that goes on in this book, when I originally thought that I had so much respect for how much he loved his sister. That's not it. It's actually his cousin, and they've got some weird romance thing. Like, he dreams about kissing her and shit. Even their parents wanted them to be united. And it's his literal blood cousin. But they've grown up as siblings. They call each other cousin, but they're sort of like brother and sister, which is even more weird. Finally, I'm at volume 2. Okay, I have to finish this book today. Now, the thing is, when you're reading, this is my little tip of the day for any of you English majors or any other people in university or in high school or anything who have to read on like that. You have to read like that because you have an assignment due very soon. Pull up the audiobook. You can find most audiobooks on YouTube. You don't have to go to Audible. You can find it on YouTube. Speed it up. I go usually 1.5 to 1.75 speed, and I read along with the audiobook. Now, I recommend this for old texts like Shakespeare, like something written in the 1800s, where the language is a little bit more flowery, bigger, and words that we're not used to reading or even hearing. I can't really just listen to an audiobook. If it's a fiction audiobook, I usually won't like pick up on it. My mind will drift off. So I need to both like see it visually and then hear the words. It's helpful. It's like speed reading. It helps me because I don't know how to actually speed read, but this helps me do it. So it's like 5 o'clock. Oh yes, 5:17 p.m. and I'm only at volume 2 of this book. I'm at page 78 and I have about 120 pages left to go. That's not that bad, okay? I can finish it by the end of tonight, so that's what we're gonna do. Because once I finish this, then I have to take my notes on this. And then once I take my notes on this, then I have to participate in a discussion about this.
Section 13 of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and deprives the soul of both hope and fear. Justine, father observed with pain the alteration perceptible in my disposition and habits. Excessive sorrow prevents improvement or enjoyment, or even the discharge of daily usefulness.
Okay, I'm at page 120 now. I'm pretty sleepy. It is 6 o'clock now. I said this before, I got really tired while I was reading, and I was like, I'm gonna take a nap. And then I laid in bed and I watched some YouTube, and then I was like, alright, I'm hype, I'm gonna read again. I really want to take a nap now. But at the same time, I'm like, fuck, I know if I go to sleep, it's gonna be hard to wake up, and it's gonna be hard to read still. I'm at this part where, honestly, I don't even remember this in the other book. Maybe I skipped through this, or maybe it's different, but Frankenstein, I mean the monster, we don't really know his name, we just know that it's a creature. We know the creature, as people who don't read the book, as Frankenstein, and I'm just gonna call the monster Frankenstein, but the creator's name is Victor Frankenstein. I believe the monster's name is Frankenstein as well. This guy really knows how to talk. Holy shit, he won't shut the fuck up. So when I think I talk a lot, no way. Frankenstein, my guy, talks my motherfucking ear off. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna fall asleep. He talks the most out of anybody in this book. That's no joke. This motherfucking creature, better language than I use now, being 20 years old. This guy's like hiding out like this the whole time. He's like watching these people, and that's how he learns all his shit. And he just keeps talking. Oh my gosh. It's like the stories that Frankenstein is telling Victor. It's like, dude, the fuck are you saying? Why does this even matter? I have read 3 straight chapters of Frankenstein spewing some bullshit that I don't give a fuck about. He talks so much. I think I want to take a nap. Okay, I'm about to eat soon, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go back to reading. I watched like 5 minutes of a video, and then I forgot that I had to put my laundry in the dryer, and then I have this Diet Coke that I was drinking 2 days ago, and I have about half a can left, so I'm pretty sure this shit has caffeine in it, right? I like that fizzy shit. It like wakes me up. Let's continue on reading. I'm a bit more hype until I fucking hear Frankenstein speak some more nonsense. Alright.
It had hitherto been to me obscure subjects, but I found in it a never-ending source of speculation and astonishment. The volume of Plutarch's Lives which I possessed contained the histories of the first founders of the ancient republics. It moved every feeling of wonder and awe that the picture of an omnipotent god, warring with his creatures, was capable of exciting. Everything is related in them which bears reference to my accursed origin. The minutest description of my odious and loathsome person is given, in language which painted your own horrors, and rendered mine indelible.
So, it's definitely like a few hours later. My head hurts, and I think it's because I was listening to that lady sped up so fast, and it's like, it's just a lot. And my frontal lobe is in pain. So I'm getting to the really good part here where shit just blows up, which is great. I'm in the last, I think I have like 45 more pages to go. I'm making my way through it. I'd just like to say something, and I actually saved the page. So Frankenstein is an asshole. You learned more in 3 years by peeping your Tom some random person's house, and you picked up all this information, and somehow you're genius. How did that even happen? First of all, know your fucking place, okay? What do you think you're doing running this place? And I'll give you a line. This shit blows my mind. This shit blew my motherfucking mind. I cannot believe he talks like this. Do you want to hear what he says? This is horrible. Slave, I before reasoned with you. Remember that I have power. You believe yourself miserable, but I can make you so wretched that the light of day will be hateful to you. Ready for this? You are my creator, but I am your master. Obey. Victor kind of let Frankenstein run off, and this guy's like, well, I guess I'm just gonna forget about that for the next 10 months, whatever. Dude, the moment you created this beast, you hid because you were scared. That says a lot. You were not ready. With great power comes great responsibility, Victor. Use your fucking brain. You went to university. You studied. You made this thing. You created life, but you're gonna run soon as it stands up? Why the fuck did you make it 8 feet tall then? Tell me why you made it 8 feet tall. Why don't you start with something small, Victor? Huh? Then work your way up? You created an 8-foot monster, and you didn't think when it woke up it would be friendly? Or sorry, you thought when it woke up it would be friendly, but you were wrong, sir. Very wrong. And you hid like a little pussy. And then just this motherfucker runs out. And you're just like, whoop. Guess that's it. Can't really do anything about it, right? Just let's let it be. Oh, until it murders my little brother. Which you just know, right? You know. You know it murdered your brother. And then, guess what? Some stupid bitch dies because of your monster. And yes, she's stupid. Because guess what? She fucking lied. She could have easily been like, I didn't do it. I'm innocent. But at first she was like, I didn't do it. I didn't kill the little brother. I'm innocent. This is a maid type lady. She's like a maid. She's like, I'm innocent. And then she's like, forget it. I'm guilty. But you're not. You're taking the easy way out. Whatever. I get it. She's wrongfully convicted. She dies. All because of Victor. But you know what? I'm not even that mad about Victor. I'm more mad at Frankenstein. Because at this point, Frankenstein, the monster, the demon, or the daemon, as they call it, has more of a brain than any human I know. Especially in this time with the language they use. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna treat Frankenstein like any human being. And you, sir, if you have a brain that size, if you're that much of a genius, you should know right from wrong. He's a psychopath. That's who Frankenstein is. Motherfucking psychopath. He's crazy. So, and he wants a lady Frankenstein now. Denied. You are my creator, but I am your master. Obey. Who the fuck taught you that language? Whose house have you been hiding out to learn that language? Okay? I don't get it. This guy. Just a dick face. Here's where he's gonna kill everybody off. Everybody's gonna die. And I'm mad at everybody. I'm even mad at Elizabeth. Elizabeth was somebody I liked, but Elizabeth is fucking her cousin, and I don't like that. So, anyway, I'm gonna keep going. It's gonna be horrible.
Being proved that I was on the Orkney Islands at the hour the body of my friend was found, saw around me nothing but a dense and frightful darkness, penetrated by no light but the glimmer of two eyes that glared upon me.
But I just finished it. Oh yeah. Oh my god. It took so fucking long. We gonna talk about this shit. What time is it? It's 9:40. So what I have to say about that, I don't know, I have mixed feelings. So basically what happened is Frankenstein just goes and murders everybody Victor loved. I'm calling him Frankenstein. I mean the monster, the creature. Everybody knows the creature as Frankenstein, so I'm just gonna call him Frankenstein. And I'm gonna call actual Frankenstein, the scientist, Victor, because his name is Victor Frankenstein. So Frankenstein the monster kills all of Victor's like family, and she dies on the wedding day. Sorry, spoilers. You know, Frankenstein kills her on the wedding day. Frankenstein kills his dad and his other brother. So he kills everybody. And then, so I was trying to explain this to my mom, and it is kind of confusing. And when I first read the book, I skipped all the letters. Now, if you read Frankenstein, it's the first 30 pages, which is a lot, all this. And I obviously read the letters this time because they're important. And I found that out from my English course. Basically, what it is, Robert, I think his name is, Robert Walton? Yeah, that's his name. He's not the author. The author is Mary Shelley. So Mary Shelley starts the novel right from the letters. So the letters are from Robert Walton to his sister. And he's like on this boat in the middle of one of the oceans, and it's cold and icy and shit. And then he's like, oh my god, this guy, like, we picked him up because he's basically dying. And we took him on our ship. And this guy's like he can't even talk. So they shove brandy down his throat to wake him up. He's awake now. And then Robert kind of gets tight with this guy that they picked up. And you think something romantic's gonna happen, right? Because they're like in the cabin together. They're talking. So after a few days, he goes, Robert, look, I'm gonna tell you my story. This man that they just brought up onto the ship is Victor Frankenstein. He's the mad scientist. And he's telling this random motherfucker, Walter. Victor tells Robert the story, and Robert is telling it the same way Victor would tell the story. So he's using first person. We hear the story from Victor's perspective, and then you have like 17 fucking chapters, probably like 8 chapters, of Frankenstein telling his story, but it's Robert telling Frankenstein's story told by Victor. I think that's it. I don't know how I feel, because this is like, it's like Bane, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, ah, shit. This guy's got a story, but he does some pretty fucked up shit. So does that make it right? Is that shit moral? I'm trying to be understanding and empathetic, but I'm like, listen, Frankie, dude, bro, you need to chill out. Like, he's just so angry. I do feel bad for Victor, and I think that's because he's just dumb. And I feel bad for dumb people. It's like he's ignorant and dumb, and so I feel bad. It's almost like when a child makes a mistake, you're gonna feel bad, but if an adult makes the same mistake, you're gonna be like, stupid adult. Victor's kind of like the puppet, and Frankenstein is the puppeteer. And it's pretty laughable, because it's like, dude, like, you could have stopped all of this. You could have prevented all the deaths in your family if you took control of the situation. And he didn't tell anybody. Like, it's like, dude, ask for help. Like, come on. Like, you're not gonna tell anybody. You're not even gonna tell your fucking wife. And your wife is like, marry me. When you gonna marry me? And then in your head, you're like, well, Frankenstein, the monster, said he was going to kill you on my wedding day. You knew all this was gonna happen. So it's like, you wanna... It would be so simple for you to stop this, but I do almost feel bad for him because it's like, yeah, everybody around him died. Did Frankenstein have anybody around him he cared about? No, Frankenstein was just bullied and he was ugly as shit. And it's like, I'm sorry, that's why people don't know who the fuck you are because you've never been seen before. Also, you're murdering a bunch of people. No wonder people are afraid of you. You're also 8 feet tall. Like, it's like, if I am taking a hike and I see a fucking grizzly bear, do you think I'm gonna be like, oh, how are you doing? These people have never seen a monster. Oh, and then has better English than everybody ever. People don't know what he is. They don't know what damage he can do. And he can speak. Like, that's scary. That his language, his diction is better than anybody's. People who go for other people's family to get to them is cruel as shit. That's fucked up. And Frankenstein, the monster, did that. So, that's what I have to say about it. I hope I kind of summarized it. I mean, I'm all over the place, but I hope I did an okay summary. I read all of Frankenstein in one day, and that was not easy. My brain hurts. My brain is tired, but we gotta keep going because I have notes to take on this book and also a discussion to participate in. So, I hope you enjoyed this. This was my Frankenstein rant. This was my Frankenstein, not analysis, but my Frankenstein summary. Sort of analysis. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Peace out, homies. Thanks you guys for watching. Catch you guys next time.